Welcome to day 3 of the Sound Careers in Healthcare event, where healthcare professionals are here to help you envision your future and keep it in focus. And thank you for joining us today. Today's session is called A Call for Change, Building the Future Nursing Workforce. We have two great presenters here today from Green River College, Carolyn LaValle and Rebecca Allen. Carolyn is a nurse educator and administrator. She is the Associate Dean of Nursing Programs, responsible for the administration of the Practical Nursing Program, Nursing Assistant Program, and Phlebotomy Program at Green River College. Carolyn attended the University of Washington, where she graduated with her Bachelor of Science in Nursing in 2013, her Master's in Nursing Education in Public Health in 2015, and her Doctorate in Nursing Science in 2018. And welcome, Rebecca Allen. Rebecca Allen is also a nurse educator at Green River College, where she has been instructing nursing students for over 5 years. She graduated with her Bachelor of Science in Nursing from Kwantlen Polytech University in Surrey, British Columbia in 2007. She received her Master's in Nursing Education from the University of Washington in 2021. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Brenda, for that introduction. And we are so excited to be here to talk about a profession that we both really love dearly, and just what the changes are happening in nursing, and hopefully encourage you guys to want to pursue a career in nursing. So the title of our presentation here is A Call for Change, Building the Future of the Nursing Workforce. So if we take a look at what our population looks like currently in the United States, this is what it's looking like. We have a very, very diverse population and very diverse communities that we serve. And it is projected to say that that diversity is gonna only increase throughout the years. And so it's predicted to be that in 2060, we're gonna have a very, very diverse population. So if we look at the diversity of our population and we look at our nursing demographics, it's not necessarily reflecting what the communities that we're serving with our nurses. So it's so our goal, what we want to see in nursing is an increase in diversity in nursing, not only with race and ethnicity, but also increasing the representation of men in nursing in all different types of cultures and demographics, so that we can better serve the communities of patients that there are. So what are some of the benefits of increasing diversity in nursing? Well, individuals tend to go back to their communities to work, and so there's improved provider-patient interactions, because people have a connection when they see somebody that looks like them that they can relate to. So it definitely helps with the therapeutic relationship, which helps with improved health outcomes. It improves the quality of care in patients, especially of those in the BIPOC community. And then there's reports of increased patient satisfaction when they are being taken care of a diverse population. So nursing there's so much variety in nursing, and it's so awesome to be in a profession where you have so many different directions that you can take your career. The most common places that we find nurses working is in hospitals, nursing homes, clinics, ambulatory care centers, healthcare agencies, schools, mental health institutions, jails, flight nursing, and the thing that's really hot right now is travel nursing, right? So many different opportunities where nurses can work in. And Dr. LaValle is going to talk to us about all the fun pathways that we have.
So there's a lot of different pathways that you can take to be a nurse. Some of the most popular are starting off with some of the certificate programs. So a lot of people will start off as like a nursing assistant or a phlebotomy MA, or just a general MA. And that kind of gets their foot in the door and gives them a little bit of experience, so that when they make the decision to go into nursing, they kind of have an understanding of what they're getting into, what it's like to work in healthcare. And then after that, we have our associate degree programs. So those are going to be either your LPN or your RN programs. And those are typically at the community colleges. They usually take a year or two to finish. And we'll talk a little bit more about like why you would choose one of those programs versus another in another slide, but that's just the next step. After that, you have your baccalaureate degrees. So you'll be looking at a BSN. And then after that one, you have your master's degrees. And you could get a master's degree that's in practice. So you could be an ARNP or a midwife, or you could go into a track that is not practice and you could get into leadership or education or policy. And then you have your doctoral degrees, and those can also be either in practice or not. So you may get a DNP and be a doctor of mental health practice, or you could be a PhD and work in research, or you can even get DNPs that are community health focused. So when you're thinking about choosing a nursing program, because everybody wants to do nursing, it's amazing. Some of the things you want to look for when choosing a program, you want to look at NCLEX Pass rates. So we'll make sure that you get a copy of this slide that hyperlinks that will show you what the NCLEX Pass rates are for the different programs in the state of Washington, because that's important. You want to go to a school that has a good reputation for passing students the first time. The next thing you want to look at is, are they approved in the state and do they have national accreditation? You want to make sure that you're going somewhere where your degree is going to allow you to not only continue your education, but work to the fullest scope in an institution that you want to work at. Some of the other important things to consider are admission rates. So getting into programs can be hard. An LPN program usually takes 80% of the applicants. So a really strong chance to get into an LPN program right out the gate. ADNs, it's significantly less at only 43%, and your BSN programs are looking at about 65%. So when you're thinking about choosing a program, one of the most important things for me is how much money am I going to make so that I can pay my bills? So if you want to start out at one of those certificate levels, so CNA, MA, phlebotomy, you're looking at starting out around $20, $25 an hour. When you move up into your associate degrees with the LPN, you're going to look at about 30, 35. You move up to your RN and you're about 40, 45, and then you move up to the BSN and you're about $45 to $50 an hour. So when looking at the different choices for where you want to go to school, there's a lot of information out there and it can get really overwhelming. So one of the things we wanted to do was kind of break down what's the difference between a four-year university, a private school, a community and technical college, or some profit institutions, the for-profit institutions like Pima or DeVry. So one thing to consider is tuition. So tuition is going to be significantly less if you are at a community college or a public school. When you get into private and for-profit, it gets to be a bit more expensive. The other thing that's important is classroom size. Are you going to get that dedicated one-on-one attention from your instructor? So if you are in one of those bigger public universities where there's 300 or 400 students in your classroom, you may not get the attention or the education, like that focused one-on-one that you would get in maybe the smaller community college setting. And then resources that are available. So a lot of your schools have scholarship options. In your community colleges, you also have workforce support and you have academic success programs like iBest that are also there to help. So those are just some things to consider when you're looking at different schools, or what are some of those resources that are available to me when I choose an institution.
Well, here's the area for some questions. So if you do have any questions, we are more than happy to answer them. And here's our contact information for both of us. And we would love to hear from you guys. And yeah, that's it. It's been fun.